what are some ways, like, can you share with everyone and share with us, like, what are some ways we can repair and reclaim ourselves back to a connection to the land? Because they don't really want us, the society doesn't want us really to connect to the power base of who we are when it comes to land and food. So what are some things that we can do to reclaim that?
I'll go first. I would definitely say today's society keeps us very stimulated. Um, Bryce and the young lady was up here. They was talking about being grounded. Grounded is not just sticking your feet in the ground and just being connected, but it's actually feeling that connection. It's actually being willing to be patient with yourself. The land. The phenomenal part about the land and doing landscaping and lawn care or just being out there serving you guys is that I have to really take my time. I can't just sit there and rush through the yard and just go on by my way. It takes a lot of care. And when you care about something, that's love. And as kids, Tupac said it. The hate you give kids F's us all. But the love that you give kids also heals us all. The love that you give the land heals us. And it's God placed it there for us to utilize. And if we utilize it and you get back in there barefooted, get your hands in there, get your eyes to see that instead of the televisions or the things that's going on the news, it will literally bring this cultivation inside your body where you will be able to, notify that you have this healing going on. You will recognize it.
I'm going to say, and this is coming from, because as a record producer, that is a behavior science. So my work starts with looking at how someone self-identifies, and in that, the behaviors and sentiments that come from based on how they see themselves and their relationship to everything else. So for me, it starts with having that moment with yourself where you're actually asking, do I have a positive relationship with, what is my relationship with land? Some of us are having that conversation. A part of it does look like having to be honest if we actually have some hesitancy, some degree of resistance to engaging the land outside of these socially conventional ways. There are some socially conventional ways that based on class and society, it's like, yeah, we'll go to the white party. Some of us will go to the white party. Some of us will go to Shane Park or the Aretha and be like, yeah, I'm feeling the water. We outside. Yet, some of us doing that, if you ask that same person, hey, yo, you want to come down to the garden and rake the leaves or blah, 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 it's like, no, I don't do that. It's like, okay, that right there, that actually is an indicator that you have some type of relationship with land that needs to be looked at. So we first have to ask ourselves that question. For me, just like a transparent anecdote, 2009, that was my first time putting my hands in soil on purpose and planting something. Before then, it was me hating to get my hands dirty. Hating it. Like, even the way we ate, it would be like hella napkins all the time. We're wiping my fried chicken. We're looking like a white boy, like barbecue, wiping it off. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had to keep the hands. We hated sticky. We hated all that stuff. But it was me having this conversation with myself, like, okay, we're at this point in life where we're developing our identity as a provider for my people. So the first order of provision needs to be food. Like, if you can't feed yourself or help somebody feed themselves, then there's no other conversation for real, for real. So that meant, all right, Bryce, you have to practice, you got to teach yourself or cultivate your own identity of being a grower, which means you have to get over this bull crap about not wanting your hands dirty. But it was me having to be honest with myself, like, yo, there's a real disconnect that you have. And in that disconnect, it's actually keeping you, wasn't calling them ancestral literacies at the time, but it's keeping you disconnected from your own ancestral literacies, bro. It was keeping you disconnected from actually being able to provide for yourself and survive in a natural way. But it started with that conversation where it was that real self check-in, being honest with myself, acknowledging that there was something, and then we can proceed from there to cultivate a positive connection.